Good morning and welcome to one more episode or another episode of One-on-One with Father Juan. I'm joined once again here with our pastor or administrator, Father Juan. Today we're going to talk about something a little bit different this week. We've been really busy and we're actually kind of pre-recording this and it's been a long day and so we're going to, but we wanted to bring you this and give you kind of an update on what it was. First of all, Father Juan, how are you this week?
I'm very good. I'm doing fine. It's the week is almost done, so it's great. Feels good.
Almost done, and hopefully you've been seeing some of the updates of what we've been encountering this week. Lots of support and obviously prayer partners that were out there. We appreciate all the love that you've been sending us, all the comments that you've been getting. So, but this week Father Juan, you've been pretty busy with those white gloves. Did you bring those white gloves?
Actually not. I didn't. So, but they are, I promise they are not white anymore. White. So, yes, we have been working hard in all these different stations and side jobs that we have had. It's been a wonderful experience, I think, for the children involved, for the adults involved, and especially for me too. I was telling, I give Eloy and Dulce like a hard time because they drive around and do checks on the different job sites. And I was telling them, like, I'm really jealous that I'm doing what I love to do. And when I was in the Dominican Republic, I would have these big projects or programs and have people, I would be doing what Eloy and Dulce is doing. Like, they are just going around making sure that everything works. But they don't have the opportunity to spend time really working with the people and shoulder by shoulder and listening to story and getting to know the people. So I'm very blessed to be able to be working there with the people and the children, and then they are doing the tough job. So I'm really glad to be doing that. So
yeah, we did have lots of opportunities to meet with all the people, the teams that were out there working really hard. Hopefully by now you've read the article that was done on a couple of kids. I messed it up, but the Journal Times was out there. But
yeah, the Journal Times was there, and they have it in the paper. So I don't know when did they publish it, but I think
hopefully by now you've had an opportunity to read
great.
And meet some of them. One of the things that I'll ask you, and a lot of the so you're going to see shortly, we want to show you. What were the pivotal moments? I went around and I talked to some of these teens, and what was the high, what was the low, what did you encounter? And a lot of the answers are really intriguing, and so we took an opportunity. So I want you to listen just to a couple of those feedbacks of what they encountered.
Hi, my name's Mia Leanna, and I go to St. Gregory the Great Parish School, and while I was at St. Greg's, we had a St. Vincent de Paul program for the kids, and I helped my mom with St. Vincent de Paul, and I also volunteer sometimes at my dad's church, and this is the first time I'm here at this work camp, and I've enjoyed it so far. So far on the first day we scraped some of the dried paint off, and then we've been painting. I've painted part of a house and a porch. Meeting new friends is really fun, and I also really enjoy painting and getting my hands dirty, obviously, so that was also really cool. So just personally, it makes me feel good when I do service and I help people, and so just that's kind of for myself, but then also just seeing how much we affect other people when we help, painting with this house, it looks like almost a brand new house, so I think that's really cool.
Kristen Dahlgren, and I'm the campus minister over at St. Catherine's High School and the Sienna Schools. We have been at St. Luke's Hospitality Center all week this week. So we're organizing their closet. So there's a program where on Thursdays people can come and receive free clothing. And we organized all the clothing. So there were hundreds of bags of clothes and piles of clothes and bins and just all over on the floor, along the stairwell and everything. So we just collected them all up. We made shelving units, we organized them, hung up clothing, and now everything is off the floor, which is really awesome. I think there's been a lot of growth. It was really nice that today is Thursday, so we were able to open the doors and the kids got to help people pick out items that they were able to then take home. So not only did they get to organize and clean and put things together, they also then got to meet the people that they were helping, and that really brought it full circle for them that they got to do that. And then every day this week we've also gone and eaten the food that they were eating in the hospitality center. They have a free lunch to anyone who needs it. It's a nice lunch, a hot lunch. And they sat with people and got to eat with them and get to know people from this community that they're impacting. Yeah, so when I was younger, I had a pretty rough home life. I actually lived in a homeless shelter as a young child and really relied on the generosity of others. So doing this work means everything to me. I experienced it on that side, and then now I'm experiencing it from the other side of doing good deeds and making impact. And it actually changes me more than it does the person that I'm helping. I truly believe that I'm doing God's work. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and having them come with me and doing this makes it so much better. And getting to see them grow and change and experience things, hopefully as they continue to go on in life, they remember these moments and continue to do good works, but also changes the heart of a person. How you think about others, how you think about solidarity, it really makes you aware of the needs within our community and how to make a difference.
I'm Justin, and I go to Case High School, and I attend St. Rita Parish. So we've been repainting this house and making it look all nice and new again with all kinds of nice, bright colors. I've had a lot of fun. I've met a bunch of new people, and I've been able to help out. So it felt very productive. It was a bit stressful when we had to pick the colors and make sure everything was right in the right color where it was supposed to be. Oh, so when we were almost over half done with the house, we found out that we had painted the house the wrong color. So we had to stop painting and then clean up and wait for the new paint so we could repaint everything the right color. Oh, everything is the right color. I'm here to just help out, and whatever I need to do, I can do because I'm just here to help other people. It's important to volunteer because everybody can do something to help out, and if nobody steps up to help out, then nothing will get done.
Hi, my name is Richard Noe. I belong to St. Richard's. I heard that you were doing a youth camp to help do some construction type work, and I have that background from working on some houses. I said it'd be a good opportunity for me to put my skills to use. I helped take off and replace a failing porch on a house. It was in very poor shape, rotted, soft, coming apart, and we totally removed it, and we're replacing with all new construction. But we've had several good hard workers as part of our team, jumping right into the tasks, helping us move the wood around, dig some holes for the footings. They're learning from this. They're interested. I enjoying work with them. You should spend the time. This is a good opportunity for you to put your skills, your knowledge to work. The kids are fun to work with, and they'll appreciate the help.
Hi, my name is Juan Morales, and I'm from the Catholic community of Central Racine. It was honestly like a little getaway, and it kind of was like how mission trip was, and to me that was a big opportunity, and I really enjoy working and helping the community out and helping people build a better life and just overall helping people. I did 2 porches. We fully restored one, and we took apart some of the pieces from one and kind of rebuilt it, but just made it a little bit better. Definitely do it. It's an amazing experience. You feel, at first it's kind of like, why am I doing this? But then afterwards, you kind of get it and you understand why you're doing it, and you just forget about why you're doing it, and it's just kind of like you do it, and it's like God is not forcing, God is like reinforcing you to do it, and God is moving you and in a way making you do it and helping other people out.
Why did I come to camp? It's because my mom forced me to, and now that I came, it's pretty fun to come. So I went to this school and then I shaped the bushes, and we packed bags here, and that's pretty much it. You should come, it's pretty fun.
Hi, my name is Dave from St. Ed's, part of the CCCR. We're here working with the kids and doing some projects, helping some of the community out, repairing some porches, doing a lot of painting. The project we're working on right now is a complete tear-off of a porch. We're replacing and repairing a entirely new deck for the homeowner. So, the highlight of the week for me was after working all day on Tuesday, I got home, I turned on the morning mass with Father Juan, and I find out that Father Juan called 3 of us out saying that we worked him too hard. So that was the highlight of my day. It kind of gave me a little chuckle at the end of the day, and then we knew to make him work even harder the next day. Worked here for most of the time. Yesterday I went up with Dick Miller. Him and I went up and repaired a porch over on Park Avenue with a bunch of the kids there. They were doing some painting, and we did some porch repair, handrail repair, cut some steps down, got it all back ship-shape, and we're able to get things ready for them so they can continue on with the painting that they were doing. A lot of scraping, but yeah, having a good time with the kids and learning some things. We got 2 real hard workers here with Andre and Juan. I don't know which one we call Little Juan though, because I think Juan might be bigger than Father Juan when he comes.
Why is this guy picking on me?
Because you picked on us on Tuesday Mass.
Oh, you should watch today Mass.
Oh.
Today too.
Uh-oh. For me, I've been a high school teacher and educator my whole life, so I've been retired 5 years. We need to continue, getting our young people involved and helping them learn different things. I was fortunate when I grew up. I learned how to do a lot of this stuff, from my father, my uncles, and I'd like to see a lot of kids learning some of these skills. And I know the 2 young guys that we have working with us, both of them are very anxious about not only helping out, but learning different tricks and different ways to do some of these tasks. So it's a teaching moment for them and for us. We're learning from them though too. So we're learning a lot of things. So
it's a
two-way street, absolutely. Yep. And we've got, we're in age, all the way from probably 12, 14 years old up to, we got some in the 90s. So, it's fun seeing all the generations here doing all this work.
My name is Kathy.
My name's Javier.
Well, we were working on a house scraping and painting wrought iron railings and a front door. And then we came over here to St. Richard's and started working on landscaping.
Starting with the scraping at the house was pretty hard because it wasn't just hard to take off. It hurts a lot. Just putting on your strength in that. But now that I'm doing this, is actually way more easier. Just picking everything up and just dumping it on a certain part.
What are you picking up?
Gravel.
They've been working hard. It was not a gory job doing that scraping and even the painting. Wrought iron railings with a 3-inch brush, not easy. But I want to say Javier has become our foreman today. He has really taken over. He's helping the other kids because he did this as his 2nd day of doing this, and he's doing a great job.
Javier, what advice would you give to kids? Why is it important to get involved?
Well, for one reason is that we're not just helping one person. For the church, we're helping basically the people who own it, so they don't have to do a lot of work. But the houses, we're helping people that who actually need the help. Maybe because they don't have enough money to buy the supply, or they might be ill or something like that.
But getting involved in volunteering is it important?
Yeah, it's very important.
You didn't want to come to this camp, right?
No.
You didn't want to come to this camp. Do you think it was worth your time?
Actually, yeah.
It was your 3 times. So you made some difference in people's lives. Yes?
Yes.
Hello, I'm Mickey. I go to MyEd, Milwaukee Institute of Art and Design, and I'm here working with Eloy and X. Sometimes I just get a little distant from what my faith is and just the life I normally live, and coming back and helping the community and Racine is really helpful. Service helps me with my faith journey. We have some good kids here. Everyone seems to be happy. I'm happy to see all these kids out when they could be just enjoying summer. They've been really good, honestly, and working hard. Think about service and not only how it benefits you, but how you're benefiting others as well. And what you could really gain from benefiting others.
Go. My name is Natalie, and this week I signed up to do volunteering through my church. I've been painting. I've been painting porches. That's pretty much it. I swept a little bit, but basically just scraping off paint and putting new paint down. I'm doing this because I feel like, especially since it's summer, it's important to me to be doing something with my life. And even though I'm already really tired and I'm losing my motivation, by the end of the week I can say that I've had a good experience. I'm outside working, I'm doing something, and I like painting. It's actually kind of fun.
I'm Nevaeh, and I've been painting and scraping for a long time now. And I swept just a little bit. It's important to get involved because you're helping the community. And there's a lot of people that have thanked us for this and said we're doing an amazing job.
So people from the community, actually, huh?
Yeah, they brought us waters too and said that every time they come here, it just looks amazing.
Wow, okay, awesome. Oh, that's good.
Okay, the youngsters this week are fantastic. They came in Tuesday and they experienced everything that we do, and when they come in and I'm not here, they makes themselves busy, but they're helping give out food, they're entering data into the computer, they're sorting food, they're weighing food, so they're just great. They can come back anytime. Okay, the pantry opened the way it is now in 2014, and what we do is we provide food for people in Racine County who are in need. They have to meet financial income, and we fill out forms. They can come once every 30 days. So we give them, it's not a 30-day supply, it's called temporary. We give them supposedly food for 3 days, but I think Amber will attest we're giving them more than 3 days of food because of the pandemic. I said we have to help them out. But that's what we do here, 3 days a week from 10 to 1. They're just fantastic. Whatever we ask them to do, they do. And they're willing to learn everything. I think they should write down all the things they learned this week, and it would be amazing hopefully what they're going to tell you.
Yeah.
Right, and the volunteers are happy to have them help, and we're very thankful that they're willing to want to come and help people. And that's what I got from them. That's why they're here. So.
Hi, my name is Charlie. I'm the Executive Director of Racine Neighborhood Watch, and we're out here in the neighborhood this morning doing home repair. I'm working with Ed Miller with the Racine Revitalization Partnership, and we're partnering with him because, well, number one, I sit on his board. Number two, I think it's very important in the neighborhood. We did a program very similar to this for many years from Neighborhood Watch, which we haven't done for a couple of years, so Ed needed a little help, so I volunteered, and we're doing some work in the neighborhood. Basically, what this does to the neighborhood, we go block by block. We take folks that need some help with some home repair, and usually that kind of goes into, when we're done with something, somebody else may fix their home, and it's kind of a snowball effect on things. So pretty soon the whole block gets fixed up, and then you see the whole neighborhood get fixed up. These young folks that are out here doing this, and they're all volunteering from the 2 church groups that are here, we're hoping to grow on this a little bit, possibly doing something with some other church, with these groups and some others next year. So hopefully this is the beginning of something that's going to be big in years to come.
Hi, Ed Miller from Racine Revitalization Partnership.
Our organization focuses on affordable housing in the community. We rehab houses, little bug, rehab houses. We build new homes. We also help people fix up their homes, which is what this project is all about. This project is referred to as our House Proud project. And what House Proud entails is picking a few blocks in a neighborhood that is usually fairly high in poverty and reasonably high in home ownership, where people need help keeping their houses. In other words, maybe they have some code violations, or they have some issues with the city, or there's just some work that needs to be done to porches or steps. And our goal is to step in and help them keep their homes and stay in their homes, and encourage home ownership in the city of Racine, because we feel that it's important to help us reduce homelessness and also to increase the quality of our neighborhoods and our community. So we go out in the community, we solicit donations from, for example, Johnson Financial, Erie Insurance, Educators Credit Union, Town Bank, to buy materials, and then we look for volunteers. And this year we were very fortunate in finding the Acts Youth volunteers and the Reformed Christian Church of Racine adults and youth volunteers. They're doing 11 houses involving whole house paints, whole porch replacements, minor repairs throughout the community, so that our neighbors can stay safe in their homes. It's a privilege to work with all of our volunteers. We've got some very skilled people here, and we appreciate everybody's help and participation in this project.
So as you can see, they vary in answers, and what I really liked was the feedback that we got as to why is it important that people do service. And as you can tell from some of the comments that you heard there, it was the difference that they made. The stranger, a lot of people, what was really what I really liked, and I think you encountered it as well, Father Juan, is that the stranger walking down the street, noticing these young people working, and how they were appreciative, and the positive feedback, thanking them for the work that they were doing. Thank you for doing that. You guys are doing a wonderful job. They see the difference in the lives that they made, and so. I think at one time somebody even brought a little case of water for the teens. So Racine really has responded nicely to that, and so we appreciate all those, not only within, for the Catholic Community Center of Racine, but those in the city of Racine. It really says a lot about our great city. So I think for me, being born and raised in this great city, I was really impressed and really happy to see that kind of feedback. Father Juan, what was kind of the high and lows that you kind of encountered?
Well, it's a very loaded question, but one of the beautiful things that you get to experience is getting to know the people that you are working with. That's of course we all know maybe by looking at the faces and all that, and of course you guys get to know me more because I'm the face there saying mass, but really like being down to work and showing each other's for the talents and speaking about family, about our lives. You get to know more the other people, and I really appreciate that. That's kind of like one of the high moments, to be able to share with the others, and while you are working you are learning about the lives, and it's been wonderful in the place that we were working. And also the great thing is that I have few images that I love seeing. One of the images that I even, and you probably want to read that on the bulletin article, because it had it really clear in my mind. At one point we were by the electrical sewing machine, and then we have Jeff from St. Patrick's, we have Dick there from St. Richard's, Richard Noy from St. Richard's too, Dave Tuttle from St. Edward's. I was there. So the two young boys that were working with us, who are one belongs to St. Patrick's, the other one belongs to wherever he goes, and so there was this Catholic community in Central Racine coming together with these people, and they were all working. And I remember that what Jeff was trying to cut this wood in Richard's machine, and was trying to teach little Juan to work on the wood. I mean, it was really a beautiful images coming together, and I think it's one of the for me it was one of the high points moments. that as Catholic community in Central Racine, we're coming together and we're doing a project that make us come together. And I'm listening to the conversations that Dave and Richard and Dick are having, and today we counted with Chuck Logic at some moment. I mean, it's everyone for the different parishes. They're having a conversation. This is people who probably, even though we are Catholics and we belong to these 3 parishes that work together, I don't think they have ever had that opportunity to share. And then another beautiful image, and even I took a picture because I saw Chuck Logic, who came to help us. He's very wise about building. And I saw Andre working there. And you could see like the youth person down there, and Chuck telling how to do this stuff. It just, those are the images that are beautiful. And I didn't even look that image. It was I think it was Dave or Rick who pointed out to me, look, Father, that's a perfect picture. And I took a picture because that was a perfect picture. And those are like the high moments that is all around. Then the low moments, and I'm gonna be clear and blunt. I mean, I see, walking around the neighborhood, I see a lot of poverty, and I see a lot of very sad situations, sad moments, and you see a few things that are heartbreaking, and I feel like there's something that I think having the youth and having people around there, and I think that's something that brings dignity, human dignity, to the people of the neighborhood, that they feel that there are some people who really care for them and try to do something for them. And I'm gonna go here. It's my program. Well, it's your program, but I could talk. So today we have a very really neat moment between Richard, myself, and an African American gentleman who came to us. And he came a couple of days ago to the work site and talked to Richard about his home that needed to be repaired, that needed to be done something, and he seemed to be very frustrated that nobody paid attention to him, that his needs, that nobody kind of cared about him. And so Richard told him, well, come tomorrow, I'll come at such time, and I'll go to your house and check on it. Sure enough, the gentleman showed up, and Richard was there, and he told, okay. And the guy saw, did you forget about me? And Richard said, no, I'm here, let's go to see your home. And Richard said, Father, come along. And so we went together to this home of this gentleman. I mean, he needs to do a major repair, but I think what was beautiful and important for this person is that we took the time to go. The time to show that we care, that we listen to his problem, we listen to what he was going through, and we care enough to walk down the street to go to his home and look at it. Of course, we are not going to be able to help him, but we kind of direct him towards what he can get some help, and we will make sure to help and support his case in that regard. But it was a beautiful thing. I was supposed to be with the children there inside, but I think this moment with Richard over there, that's also a highlight of what is going on in there. So it's I could go on, and there's many beautiful moments, no? And I do appreciate how everyone is kind of transformed, and everyone is kind of hopeful, like the children learning from the younger people learning from the adults, and even though sometimes I know phrases like Juan will say, I don't know what they're talking about, it's going above my head, but anyway, so he's there trying to learn and see. Or Andres is like, wow, this, now now I know how to do this. Sure. Or even passing by people, like a guy, we were having lunch and the guy passed by and say, looking at you guys, you made me think about my own deck. I think I'm going to start working on my deck. It's like the people just kind of get excited about it. I mean, it's kind of life and hope that comes to the people that we serve.
As a youth minister, I think the highlight for me is when you seeing all these young people, just the picture that we took at St. Catherine's, we'll show you that picture, and you may have seen it over Facebook, of having all of these multicultural, different ages gathered in one place. post-COVID. We talk about post-COVID, everybody's going off to vacations. And, we told you post-COVID, or we're not even out of COVID, but people were coming out, we needed a program for young people. And that's exactly what we did, and they responded. But what I really liked was that when you talk about that image of all of those people gathered there, you ever hear about like the 5 generations of families of, you have, the baby, the dad, the grandpa, or so 5 generations. But I picture the generations of, because we had that picture you talk about was Juan, who's like 14, and then so he's youth. Then we had Andre, who's now a young adult who has gone beyond. He's done all kinds of, but he came back for this camp, very committed, came back to be an adult in this. You got Father Juan, and then you got like Dave Tuttle, and then Chuck Logic. So you had like 5 generations kind of working on this one site of 5 generations of youth. Working on that one site. So that's kind of the imagery. So it was a really kind of that was kind of the highlight, was to having young adults coming back.
It's I know I saw your face when you saw you're talking so proudly of yourself about Andrea and Mickey coming back. And so this is young adults who have gone as children, as teenagers, to mission trips, and now they are here working and helping and being kind of leaders. That's amazing.
It wasn't about me. I think I was one who just wanted to know.
You don't have to defend yourself.
If well, you kind of, as a youth minister, trust me, and I know youth ministers who have run camps like this, we were like, are we doing something right? Or what are we doing wrong? We were asking ourselves post-COVID, what are we doing wrong? And the answer was just right there. Nothing. You're not doing anything wrong. We all go through this, and having all of these kids there to come back, it was amazing. One of the things that maybe the highlight for me was just the rain. Thinking, okay, we have this all together, which meant we left Father in charge of the weather, and so why did it rain?
Well, I asked Father Ron to pray. I don't know. I have to check on him when I see him. And also I have the people in Mass this morning praying for it, and I think they my accent kind of, they probably understood that they have to pray for rain instead of to stop rain. Anyway.
So it was a long week. It was a great week. I think this is we're so happy to have had you on the forefront of leading this, and as we finish out the week, what would be something that you would kind of say to the community, say to our young people, and getting involved? What would be some kind of, how do we go forward from here? The camp is over.
I know,
but the work isn't.
No, the work isn't, and the camp, Remember when we discussed about this, that we needed to do something big so that the children will come back, and then you will have your youth group back again? Well, going forward, that answer is for you.
It's something. It's a job. It's a task. A challenge that I'm so willing to take that challenge. And so our job has just started.
Yes, and of course, this is walking down the street again, and I've been surprised by the poverty. I know that in everywhere there is poverty and all that, but I think one of the things, and if the people from Revitalizing Racine wants to continue to work with us, I do envision this being once a year event for our Catholic community in Central Racine and for all the parishes in Racine, whomever wants to be involved. What I would love to see is more adults involved in it. We partner with the Christian Church, and I know my main focus and continue to be youth. But I think looking at the Christian Church, they have like way too many adults and not that many children. But what I do want is the right amount of adults to be there with the children, because I think it's really a beautiful moment for them. I could go on stories, but I want to see more of our adults involved as an event that is all community, intergenerational. I know you look at it from the point of view of youth, but I want everybody to be involved, because it's great. I speaking with the guys that I've been working with, and I'm like talking about the children and how and you will see just how some of these guys light up. I mean, I bring a conversation with Frank. Frank and I, we were talking about one of the little boys that I say, how is this little boy doing? And because he's very quiet, I don't know if he's happy or not. So like, he wouldn't shut up. And I'm like, okay, then something, and it's like when Frank starts talking about little Gael, it's he's just fired up with the joy of being able to teach him, to be able to work with him. Each of one of the adults involved in it has expressed that. And just remember this conversation with Frank. But yeah, so I want this to be a yearly event. I want to have more of our adults, members of the parish, involved in this, so that we could give back to our community and do something. And of course, the job is, we still have a year from now on, so that the ideal thing is that all these 60 plus children that participated in this event, somehow we get them involved in our activities with the youth ministry that we were discussing, the initiatives that we have for them. So I do want that to happen.
And we've been doing that, and I want to thank especially who's been doing that is Dulce. She's been going around and talking about it and getting the information and say, this is what we do. And so she's been kind of selling acts to all of these young people. But it's been a great week, and it's well worth all of the hard work that everybody pulled off. Anything else you have that you wanted to?
Well, one of the things is that, of course, as we spoke last week about service and prayer and all that, so I think the image that we could use about this, and I don't know, this comes to my mind, but it's from the letter to the Hebrews. It tells us that our God is a consuming fire, and that's what I've experienced throughout this week. That consuming fire of God that melted each one of us into these new relationships that are there, melted these different people who came together into one union and in a one group of working and being together and serving others and praying and laughing and horsing around. Everybody's been doing all that. So it just, God melts all of us because it's a consuming fire. And if we allow God to consume our hearts and melt us, we will be really a beautiful creation, a beautiful thing of God here in the city of Racine.
And there are a lot of changed heart, and that fire was evidently consumed in all of those that we served today and all those that we're serving this week. So there was a lot of, hopefully, you'll let the fire kind of consume you and let it form you. So with that, Father Juan, I want to thank you once again for joining me today and sitting down with us. And I want to thank you, especially our prayer partners at home, and all of the hard workers and volunteers and the 60 teens and youth ministers that worked so hard this week. Thank you. Remember, we always say we're the Catholic community of Central Racine, and I'm going to leave you with some of those highlights that just show what kind of community we are. Enjoy these last few moments of the work camp.